Welcome back, Mary.
Indigo seems to have the giggles. I'm sorry, I seem to do that to her. Hi, Indigo. I'm so glad to be back. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey, Mary. Okay. So, um, we are. This is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12. Is it reunion part 2?
I don't even know what season it is anymore, girl. Season 20 billion. Who the hell fucking knows?
Okay, so it opens up with Garcelle begging Diana to leave her alone on social media. Diana then brings up Garcelle calling her evil on an after show pertaining to the time Diana called Sutton a "see you next Tuesday." Diana asks, which is worse, being called evil or cunt? Andy says cunt, but Renna, Erica, and Dorit all say evil. What are your thoughts about them dizzy dumb bitches?
This is the first time ever that I agree with Erica, Renna, and Dorit, because evil is more serious? Yes, no, because I take evil as a character, like attacking you as, because evil.
Well, what the hell is cunt? Okay, well, tell us what evil is.
Okay, to me, I'm going to explain.
But you're going to have to tell me what cunt is, too.
My personal definition.
I have a whole article on cunt.
Of both words. I could be wrong, but this is my personal definition. Okay? Evil is when someone at their core is capable of doing really fucked up shit. Like buying bots to attack a 14-year-old.
And she believed that she did, and I kind of do too.
So do I. Cyberbullying. Doing like really fucked up shit.
Like a psychopath.
Right, like a psychopath, exactly.
Yeah.
Evil. That's
a narcissistic
evil.
Psychopath.
Right, that's being evil. That's something like at a person's core.
Oh, so you're saying like, okay, I see.
Cunt is more. Cunt is more. I want to say. I
see where you're going.
I don't want to say. I want to say it's more.
It's like bitch.
Yeah, it's more like bitch. It's more like
Yeah. I see where you're going.
You know what? You see where I'm going? I can't think of the proper word right now. It'll come to me.
But you know what?
But evil, to me, evil is like when you call somebody evil, it's like you're a fucking psychopath. Like you are evil.
Yeah, but
like there is something wrong with you on the inside. Like if you're like if I call a woman a cunt, like ooh, like
it's just like bitch. Yeah.
Like you're a step above bitch. Like you're just like, oh, I want to rip your fucking face off type shit. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're evil. It could be that they're not my cup of tea. You know what I mean, Indigo? It doesn't necessarily
face off because they ain't your cup of tea.
Lisa Renna is a cunt to me.
But she said she called herself cunt.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
But I'm not a Renna fan. Not a Renna fan.
Neither am I.
Okay. But I wouldn't necessarily call her evil.
Oh, I would.
You would call her evil?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She causes despair. I know this dingbat thinks that she's just acting. Because I know
that's what it is.
Acting.
That's what she thinks she's acting.
But she's causing people despair though.
But she's not. I don't think she's trying to do it intentionally. That's the problem. When someone is
intentionally acting as crazy as possible.
But exactly, she's intentionally acting up because she wants to make sure she's securing her next season.
Don't you use my words against me?
Huh?
I said, don't you use my words against me?
It's true, though. It's true.
I know she's acting. She's still evil. She's evil.
Listen. Even Sutton said it. You would never get the soap opera actress out of Renna.
What she
The
said was, and
soap
I got
opera
it in
actress
quotes.
will never leave her. Go
She
ahead.
said, not even with an exorcist.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And
And
when
let
we
me
get
tell
to that,
you,
I'm gonna say it again because I got it written down in
and
quotes.
the
I
editors,
loved it.
and let me tell you, they put the
She said,
perfect
not even
clips
with
in
an
too.
exorcist.
They put in the perfect clips too, because Lisa was in full soap opera mode in those clips, right?
Girl, like, what's wrong with you? Girl. Okay, all right.
Okay,
So
let's go.
then she also says Garcelle called her a soulless motherfucker, to which Sutton raises her hand
And
and
she said,
says,
no,
I
that was
called you
me.
soulless.
That
Now,
was me.
what I want to know is, when was Diana called a motherfucker? Like, and okay, so Diana is blaming Garcelle for all of that, and
They
that
probably
shows us
bleeped it
how
out.
much that shows us just how much this cast has lumped those two together as one, and that's not fair. Now, and it's almost as if Sutton is Garcelle's child, and they try to make Garcelle like responsible in some kind of way, like for Sutton's actions, and that is fucking weird to me. But I do want to know, when was Diana called a motherfucker? Because and then a motherfucker, a soulless motherfucker. I hope it was soulless motherfucker. And you know what? Between since she was talking to Garcelle and Sutton, between them, I think that Sutton is the one that would call her a soulless motherfucker.
Right. Yes. Yes. I
I
think it
really
was.
do.
I
I
really
think
do.
Garcelle's only thing was evil, and the motherfucker, which is mysterious because we don't know when she was called a motherfucker. When do you believe she was called a motherfucker?
Probably at that party when she was fucking with Sutton and Kyle. Sutton probably muttered it under her breath, called her a soulless motherfucker. I hope so. Shit, she is a soulless motherfucker. She was trying to get all teary-eyed. I've launched a full investigation to find out.
Because I'm gonna help you because I
who,
got the means. Whew.
Bitch, please.
So yeah, Diana filed a lawsuit against John Doe, and Garcelle says good for her.
Yeah.
Andy kept wanting her to, even after Garcelle said, I'm not going to talk about her no more. Andy kept on and wanted to know how she felt about her filing a lawsuit against John Doe as it relates to the case. And she said, good for her. And then she ended up telling him, I don't want to talk about her anymore, which is a classic Nene move.
Yes,
honestly.
yes. Isn't it?
Because when you don't want to be associated with the motherfucker, you don't let their name come out your motherfucking mouth. And I've learned that too. But anyway, so moving right along, cut to everyone breaking for lunch, bitch. Breaking for lunch, girl. All right. Rinna and Erica, they eat together. Rinna brings up Garcelle. Erica says, all of our children have been threatened. And Rinna says it's sad that Garcelle would think that it's one of her castmates.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, do you blame her?
No.
I don't blame her. I mean, all the bullshit that has gone on.
Girl, and then cut to Garcelle getting touched up, and in comes Sutton with Waylon socks, and that is so stinking cute to me. All right, Waylon is her dog who was ripping up her sod in her backyard, and anyway, I love dogs. I'm a dog person, and in case you guys don't know, I'm a dog person. Mary is a cat person.
Oh, yes, I'm a kitty cat person.
We don't discriminate. I welcome cat folks on my channel. We are dog people. So she had Waylon socks, who's her adorable dog. And I was like, oh my God, I need to get some socks.
Oh my goodness.
Dog face out it. All right. And you know what? And I'm gonna tell you something. I love them even showing that because dogs are pets in general. Okay. Yes, I'm getting ready to say this real quick. They are comforting. They love you. It's unconditional love from a pet.
Yes.
And Sutton didn't know where she needed support from. She bought Waylon socks to remind her, you're going home to love. Like, that's love. And I know I might sound weird or different. I don't care. But, sometimes a person may feel like all I have is their pet love. You know what I'm saying? And your pets love you unconditionally and forever. And I can understand why Sutton, of all people, would have her pet with her in some kind of way.
Of
because
course.
that's
Of
like
course.
love support.
Sutton's a softie. She's a big old softie.
And she didn't know what would be coming at her.
Right.
And so during that break, and the first thing she said too, after, she, talked to Garcelle about Jax and told her how she was so brave, then she was like the crystal thing. And, she said it felt good that they finally, everybody admitted that they didn't feel like she was racist. Like, that was
right. That she was vindicated.
Yeah.
She got her vindication.
Yeah.
Because that was like a cloud hanging over her. It was like,
And that's unfair. That's so unfair if it's not justified.
I know.
Garcelle said, I will not stop until I get to the bottom of it. And Sutton said, I won't either. And she said, I got your back. And she said, I know you do. It was Sutton saying, I won't either. And I was wondering, does Sutton have an investigation too? What would you be willing to bet that she does too with her attorneys?
Right.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too, because she said, I won't either.
Yep.
When Garcelle said, I will not stop until I find out who did it, she said, I won't either. And I said, you better come through.
Yep.
Okay. That's a friend. That is
a friend.
That's friend. Because do you remember when she offered money to Erica?
Yes, I remember.
When they were friends.
I remember.
And she offered her money to try to help her get through, to borrow money to help her get through. So I have no mistaken in my mind that Sutton has her attorneys on this case as well. So with Garcelle attorney and investigation, because I know she has her own, and Sutton's, they don't need Diana's. Diana didn't have to
say, Diana didn't have to
spend it because I got some money.
Yeah, of course. That was just Diana showboating. Typical Diana Jenkins showboating. That's all.
Now, what I was going to add to, I did research bots a little bit.
Okay.
And whoever put the you know what, who's gonna get in trouble? So it's all coding. Okay. So, and I'm not gonna break down coding, but I know that we know what coding is. And it's all coding and how you code things. And my voice is going out. And bots, there are like general ones or whatever, but whoever the fuck made that specific one, that said your daddy, the daddy thing, and said, leave Diana alone.
Yes.
They are going to get in trouble. They fucked up. Because that's the one, you're letting them know which one to specifically go after with your stupid ass.
Right, exactly. They fucked up.
Because that one is not general.
No, that is not general.
That one is specific.
Yes, it is.
So they are a stupid son of a bitch. Now, don't come after me in my channel, okay? If y'all hear me calling you a stupid son of a bitch, but you're going to get in trouble because you made it too specific.
You can come after me in my channel, Kiki and Kibbitz. You're a stupid son of a bitch.
Because that's the one that they are going to, first of all, they can peel apart. It's like an onion. They're going to keep on peeling until they get to what they need to get to. But that's the one they're going to focus on. You the one highlighted it. That is not general, stupid.
No, it's not.
That is very specific. So anyway, moving right along, I just want to say that nobody out there, please don't try to bot folks. Don't be coding, botting.
Please don't bot Kiki and Kibbitz. That's all I ask.
I was going to say, did you have anything specific to say about it?
Before you know it, I'm gonna have bots attacking Kiki and Kibbitz.
Well, if they specific, they going to get in trouble. You better be general and be nice.
They're gonna be like, leave Diana alone. All over my page.
And Dorit, where I could finally make out what her necklace says. It said Chanel. Girl, I thought it was gonna be her kids' names.
Of course, no, it's Chanel instead.
To which I was surprised that Chanel isn't one of her kids' names.
Me too.
Anyway, they are talking about Crystal, and Dorit says Crystal is struggling to admit that she may have embellished. Kyle says, well, let's call it what it is, not telling the truth and trying to cover your ass. What do you think about that conversation?
Kyle should know a lot about covering your ass.
And I was thinking Dorit should know a lot about embellishing.
Right?
I was like, you
got the pot calling kettles black going on up in there. The fuck?
You would know about embellishing. And you're going to call somebody else out on embellishing. You're the biggest embellisher. You're embellished till your look is embellished.
Your hair is embellished.
Your necklace is embellished. Girl, and you talking about she is embellishing. I guess she's like, that's my role. Okay, so.
Exactly. Sit down, Crystal. I'm the only one that's allowed to embellish on this cast. Dorit Kemsley with the English accent, but born in Connecticut.
Okay, that's the most craziest thing ever. Cut to Kyle's package. Kyle tells us her daughter doesn't want a huge wedding, but she's going to do it anyway. But I'm with Hannah. If I get married, truthfully, like if I get married, I'd want a small, intimate wedding, nothing over the top. And I don't know, that would be irritating to have a mom that's like, fuck
but
you
saw Portia's bat mitzvah.
I didn't catch that.
No, that little clip that they showed. Yeah. I can imagine.
That was over the top.
It must have been like a fucking wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you imagine what an actual wedding's going to be like?
Then that would bother me. Like, that's irritating. Like when someone, because you got to listen to, I don't know.
But Indigo, also.
I would listen to my child.
I don't mean to be I know I'm saying it wrong, but I think their version of a pared down wedding is not our version of a pared down wedding. Our version of a pared down wedding is hanging out in the backyard, getting married under an arch. Their version of a pared down wedding, instead of a 10-course meal, let's do a 5-course meal. You know what I'm trying to say, girl?
Okay, yeah, okay, I got you.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I got you.
She says, I don't want a fancy wedding.
Okay.
He may not want the 10-piece orchestra.
Yeah. Just a flutist.
Right, exactly. Just, somebody play the harp. I don't want the whole 10-piece orchestra, Ma. Just somebody play the harp, okay? And instead of 10 courses, I only want 5.
Okay, I got you.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's the direction we're talking about here. Like, Mom, I don't want, the whole Beverly Hills experience. Let's pare it down a bit. And they're paring it down. It's not our version of paring it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, girl? If we're talking about, all right, we got to pare down for a wedding. We're doing it in the backyard. We're going to get an arch. We're going to put some flowers on it. Okay? You're going to get
normal people shit. Normal people shit.
Right? We're going to get married under the arch, and then we're going to do a barbecue.
In this section.
Right. And the bar is over there.
Left, and to the reception.
Okay, and the bar is over there, and you serve yourself. We don't got a fucking bartender. The bottles are there, and there's the cups, and you serve yourself.
Then they wait a minute.
You know I'm
Then
right.
they
You know I'm right. That's why you're laughing. You know I'm right.
you are. Then they talk about rumors of Dorit and Mauricio having an affair or that they are swinging. And I want to say, I do not believe that. Do you believe that?
I do not believe it at all. And I can give you insight in how this whole rumor article came about. So, my good friend Reality by Ashley is a very popular housewife Twitter account. Okay? So, she did a poll but that basically said, would you like to see Mauricio hook up with Dorit? Because of that whole, when the home invasion thing and that
Uh,
like group hug, she was
yeah, and she kissed him on the shoulder.
yeah, she was like, oh, they're so cute. I think personally, Dorit and Mauricio make a better couple than Kyle and Mauricio do. So she did this Twitter poll.
That's what she said, or you saying that?
No, this is what Reality by Ashley, this Twitter account.
Oh, that's what
The
she said.
the author of the article.
I was trying to
So
see whose
she
opinion
did,
that was. Just
so
make it
she
clear if it was yours or hers.
no, it was hers, and she did a poll. She did a poll on
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, and the majority of people on Twitter thought that Mauricio and Dorit were a better couple.
Okay, that don't mean they having sex.
No, I mean the article doesn't imply. If you actually go and read the article,
okay. Because I'm like,
okay,
what is
I
this?
don't know if anybody has actually read the article. Please go to starcasm.net and read the article. The article does not imply that they're having sex. The article does not imply that they're swingers. It does not imply anything at all of that nature. Okay? It just says, wouldn't it be fun if Dorit and Mauricio were a couple? It
Yeah.
shows some tweets, okay, of people on Twitter agreeing. Okay. I mean, there's
Okay,
tweets
so
in
now
there.
Mary, hold on. I'm gonna ask my viewers. All right, you guys. So drop down in them comments and let us know, do you think that they would be a better couple, Mauricio and Dorit? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I like Dorit with PK and I like Mauricio Mauricio needs to be with me, but
Right.
if not me, then all right, his current wife. That's fine.
Right, exactly. But just for the record, the article doesn't say that they slept together, they're swinging, or anything of that nature. It's a fun, cute what if.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those cute.
They take it too far. They do.
Whoever took that article and said, oh, look, they're swapping spouses. That was on them. Obviously, they didn't read the fucking article. Go and read the fucking article. The article says nothing about that. And that's the shit that annoys me when people, they don't even read the article.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they go and they assume shit. Click on the link, read the article before you assume shit.
Yes. And now they go to Garcelle's package and they congratulate her on the purchase of the beach house and the Birkin. And I must admit that I'm glad that she bought the Birkin too.
Yes,
because
too.
she talked about it several times. So now the only thing that I was thinking afterwards was that I hope she doesn't get robbed. I'm just gonna say that because they highlighted her Birkin and then she went on to say that it was sitting on the table. And there are a few Bravo celebrities getting robbed. And I'm like, why would you just say that?
That's true,
Casually leave $13,000
yeah.
bag on your kitchen table.
Yeah, like
if anybody has your address, then they'll be like, oh, that'll be easy. We could just take that and just be out. Like, don't do that. Like, that kind of talk is just so hazardous, in my opinion. But How do you feel about them congratulating her for buying the Birkin instead of the beach house? Because I was with Kyle when Andy said congratulations for a Birkin buying a Birkin. I thought he was
He
gonna
was
say
gonna say the beach house.
Kyle
Yeah, me
said
too.
that
Me too.
too.
I think they should be congratulating her on the beach house. But of course, this is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And what do they cover? Covet labels. I mean, what do we see? I mean, this is a housewife franchise, period. What do they covet? Labels. What do we see? Closets full of labels and Birkins and Louis Vuittons and Chanel's
You're
and
right.
red bottoms.
You're right.
So,
You're right. You're
so of
right.
course, that's what they
I even look at the
covet.
men for their red bottoms now. Like I'm like, the men better be wearing red bottoms. The men of Bravo.
That's coveted for in the housewife franchise as a whole, not just Beverly Hills. You know I'm right.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
and the
so it's
men do.
like,
They have red bottom shoes. The men do. Like
so
some of the men, like they
it's
do.
disappointing, but it's a kind of
It is.
it's kind of not surprising in their world. In our world, it's disappointing. I'm like, damn, you should have asked her about the congratulated her on the beach house. But in
Yeah.
their world, it's normal because labels and brands are valued more.
And you know what? And that's not her world, and that's her struggle because she looked sad
Yeah,
during
she
her
did.
package. She looked
She
sad.
did look sad.
And I was like, Garcelle. First of all, the same way that she gave Sutton that talk and said, "Don't you cry," when they were in that
Yeah,
SUV going to that party, she said, "You better not cry." That was
yeah,
one of those scenes that was cut out. I was thinking, Garcelle, you better not cry. And I saw Sutton hug her, because she's like, "I got you," and I think Sutton said, "I got you," because she said, I think she mouthed the word "I know." Or
mm-hmm,
thank you. Either she
mm-hmm,
said thank you or I know. She mouthed something.
right,
And I was glad for that because that's sisterhood.
right,
That is sisterhood. Okay. That's sisterhood. Okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And she said something about "I got you. You're gonna be okay," because she could sense that Garcelle was about to cry. I think all of us could sense that Garcelle was about to cry.
Yes,
And I just felt at that moment, you can do it. Okay. She's always been my little engine that could, and she showed us this season that she could goddamn it.
yes, she
Now,
could.
don't you stop right now. Okay,
Yep,
you
exactly.
got to keep going for all the other little black girls in the world. You have to keep going to let them know, to show all the other little, because I know, but you got to show all the colored girls that you can be amongst all of these white bitches and stand your own, even when they attack you the most. You can still rise, okay? Maya Angelou said, "And I still rise." But anyway, I was like, Garcelle, don't you cry. Now, if she did cry, it was gonna be okay, but she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I want her to come back next season anyway. And I
Oh,
believe,
so do I.
because she said, "I think this was a way of trying to make me not come back."
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't confirm or deny whether or not she's going to come back, but just her saying that and the manner and tone that she said it in, I feel like she is coming back and she needs to come back just to show them, you guys are not going to win. I'm doing this for all the little black girls in the world, or colored girls, all the colored girls.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'm going to shut up. Now, how did you feel about that? What are your feelings? Did you feel like she stood up for all the little black girls in the world?
Yeah, I think she did. I think she did.
Yeah,
I
I
think she
do.
did.
I do too. Okay. Um, then Andy does usher in the Bill Cosby story where she explains that she was 18 and had a small role on the Cosby Show. And afterwards, Bill Cosby invited her to his place to help her with her acting. He served her a funny tasting drink, and it didn't feel right to Garcelle, and she got up and ran out. And I am glad about that. And she said it just didn't feel right in her gut, that whole situation. And I'm glad that she got up and ran out
Me
and that
too.
she's talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Oh my gosh. Fucking
And
Bill Cosby.
I want to say this because some people have been defending, some people have been attacking Garcelle, saying that, so allegedly attacking her, saying like, why would you go to that man's, place, blah, 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 blah. You should know something, that he wants something. And then people have been defending her, saying, well, she was only 18 years old. Here's all I have to say. I know young can equate dumb. I get it. When I was that age, I too were offered, little deals or whatever people want to say. But I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna give me a chance, But I always took someone with me.
Yes.
I never went anywhere for a deal by my effing self. Ever. And
that was probably your street smarts.
Yeah.
Garcelle probably didn't have
street smarts. How you know I got some street smarts?
Because I know you. That's what I'm saying. Garcelle probably didn't have them street smarts. She was that naive, wide-eyed.
You're right.
Believing the world is good.
Yeah, you're right.
This is Bill Cosby. She probably kind of lived a sheltered childhood.
Okay, all right.
You gotta remember, she had a lot of siblings, Haitian mom, sheltered childhood probably,
You're right.
The youngest out of shitload of siblings, wide-eyed and innocent, going out into the world, thinking everybody's good. This is Mr. Bill Cosby.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah. You're right. You are right.
Okay. I mean, what Haitian mom is letting her daughter run around? You tell me. You tell me. And she is the youngest. How many siblings she has? 5?
6. I thought
6,
7.
6, something like that. She is the youngest. Okay, you tell me. And at 18, she got a small part on the Cosby Show. And Bill Cosby, come over. I'll give you some acting lessons. And she's all wide-eyed and innocent, thinking the world is great.
Yeah. Okay. So then we get to Lisa Rinna admitting to being the one who put Garcelle's book in the trash. During this entire segment, Garcelle looks sad and kind of over it. And
yes, and you know why? Because there was 2 group texts.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
And that is why Garcelle looks sad and over it. Because everybody is supposed to be one big happy family, supposedly, right? They're supposed to have gotten over it and moved on. But there was 2 separate group texts.
Yeah, the Mean Girls.
Exactly.
And then we find out that Garcelle revised her book and the audio portion and took out the retelling of the moment that she asked Rinna if she felt that her naked IG dancing, naked IG dancing had contributed to her daughter's eating disorder, which was a good question. It was a fair question. But we find out that they had a handshake deal to not bring up the children again. What are your thoughts, Mary?
I would like to know where did Rinna come with the statement that Garcelle spoke negatively about her daughter? Because if anything, she is speaking negatively about Rinna.
Yeah.
She's not speaking
about you, not your daughter.
Exactly. She's not speaking negatively about Amelia. She's speaking negatively about how your body image and your example might have led.
But Mary, what their handshake deal was, do not mention the kids anymore from that point on.
She mentioned, Rinna still mentions kids. Are you kidding me?
But what I'm saying is I can understand how that is a violation of their agreement to not mention kids from this point going forward, then you put it in your book that is mentioning my child. So I get what you're saying 100%. But if we say don't mention kids from this point on. I don't give a fuck. I mean, but you are mentioning my child. Like, because I don't like nobody. Don't you talk about my child.
Okay, now, can I just say on a side note, which one of her daughters is the one that dated Scott?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to them. I don't even like them.
Oh. Okay. So I just want to make a point here. Loretta was so upset. She had her panties in a twist that Garcelle mentioned her precious Amelia in the book in reference to how Rena's, body image could have possibly affected Amelia with her eating disorder. Okay, not speaking negatively about Amelia at all. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So my teenage daughter, you're speaking about my teenage daughter, but it is perfectly acceptable for her teenage daughter to use to date Scott Disick, Kourtney Kardashian's ex, who was in his mid-30s. And she was bragging about it on the show. I know Indigo has walked off the screen, so I'm going to rant for a moment. This bitch has the nerve to blast Garcelle and to say, oh no, don't talk about my daughter, in a negative fashion. She's a teenager. Talk about my teenage daughter. Well, honey, your teenage daughter was fucking Scott Disick, who was in his mid-30s.
That's so gross.
And you didn't have a problem with it. You bragged about it. Oh yeah, Amelia's dating someone named Scott.
I know she did do that. That was so gross. That was gross.
But that's okay. But because she's talking about it, that's okay. Just saying. Okay, next. Miss Indigo.
What was funny to me, because this is the first thing that I noticed too, the recycling in that trash can. I was like, why is there a plastic bottle and a can? I was like, they don't recycle.
The phone.
Well, I know there's the electronics recycling, and I turn my stuff in, like, they have it like once a year where I'm at. And
have you seen a phone like that since like the early 2000s?
See it like
girl, I haven't seen a phone like that, I think since like 2007.
But I was looking at the because I actively recycle. I recycle. And I'm like, why is that water bottle and can right there? And so I didn't write in about it, but I'm not surprised. It seems like they got more animosity, more beef over the recycling than the actual book, which also was a sad thing, especially, and I'm only saying I understand because that was what I drew my mind to. Right. Because I was thinking, if you want to help save this world, I'm just thinking, if you're a good person, you're going to recycle. But so I was like, you already not a good person and you're throwing away Garcelle's book. So you are evil. No, but anyway, no, I'm just kidding. But for them to be doing that joking, kind of like laughing over the recycling, and Garcelle was sitting over there and she was looking sad. I want to ask you.
Yes.
Do you feel like that had anything to do? Well, let me ask you this way. Why do you feel like, or do you feel like Andy was laughing with them about the throwing away of Garcelle's book?
Yes, I did feel like he was laughing with them.
And why do you?
Because he's petty. He's petty too. He just thought it was funny.
Do you feel like it had anything to do with race?
No, I just think Andy is just a petty bitch, and he just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And he just thought it was funny that it was sent to Erica and Erica reposted it.
Yeah.
Like the whole messiness of it, that it wasn't Erica's video. He was like, "Oh, that was a revelation."
Yeah.
You know, I think it was
And
just a
he was getting
messiness.
about it.
It was just a messiness of it. It was just a messiness of it. That
Yeah.
it wasn't Erica's video. Oh, it was Lisa's video? Really? And Erica reposted it, and it, the whole messiness.
Because also, I feel like, because some people, it's been circulating a bit that, some people think that it was a racial influenced
right
conversation or thing or whatever. And I think they would have did the same motherfucking thing if it was Sutton.
Right.
If it was Sutton's book, I think the same thing would happen. Like, or if it was Crystal's book.
I think so too.
I'm just not quick to shout out. I'm not quick to pull the racial card, but anyway, Lisa, something wrong with Lisa. Speaking of Lisa, her package is her mom has passed and she's blamed her despicable behavior on that. And Sutton says it would take an exorcist to get the soap opera actress out of her body. Now that was a good goddamn read. And I just want to say, don't sleep on Sutton. Sutton be reading in her confessionals, and I live. Okay, I live. Even when Rena said, "I pray that Kathy gets some help," Sutton said in her confessional, "Did Rena pray?"
I know, that was hysterical.
That was hysterical. Her reads mean a lot because they be sincere. I think she's sincere.
Yes.
And even when I loved it when they had lunch and she told her, "Your heart is growing." She said, "I'm doing better." She said, "Well, it's like your heart is growing." And then in her confessional, she said, like the Grinch heart had to grow. That to me was a read. How did you feel about that? Blaming her mom for...
Yeah, she's full of it. She's full of it. She's full of it. That's just an excuse. I really do. I think that's just an excuse, and it's fucked up.
Yeah, and I know that we have to be careful to judge other people's way of grieving. But I really did feel some soap opera acting.
Oh yes, definitely.
That toothless and homeless and not toothless.
Yes.
When she just...
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that was total. Yeah.
Am I okay? You know what the fuck was that, man? I said, "Bitch, you didn't have to do that, bitch."
That bitch. God.
Because I was feeling sorry for her until she did that.
Right? That was just over the top.
Take it too far.
It was like, Rena, just pull it back. Just pull back, Rena. Pull it back.
As Kathy Hilton says, that was beyond.
Yeah, that was beyond.
All right. Sutton's package plays, and it almost feels like it's less of Sutton herself and more of the ladies talking about Sutton.
Of course.
Sutton decides to declare that her gun comment was the worst thing that she's said in her life, and she regrets it. Dorit says that that's what she needed to hear, and they quickly move on. And I want to say, way to go, Sutton, for getting in front of the long-winded Dorit.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Yes. She cut her off right at the knees. Instead of just giving her a platform to go on and how her feelings were hurt and how devastated she was. And oh my goodness, I couldn't sleep for 14 days and 13 nights. Thinking about what you said, Sutton. Sutton just cut her off at the knees.
Yes, I agree. They talk about Kyle being physically rough with Sutton. And I think that Sutton had a testosterone shot right before her package because she stood her ground. Kyle said, "I didn't hurt you." And Sutton said, "You did." You pull me quite aggressively. And then when Kyle uses Garcelle as an example of, I pull on her too, Garcelle said nothing. And so my feeling about that is, because we're going to break this up, but let me just get this out. My feeling about that is, if we think that, because some people think, I've seen comments where some people feel like Sutton is not sticking up for Garcelle. And I honestly kind of felt like Sutton is just allowing Garcelle to speak her piece. You don't have to speak for your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so in this moment too, where they're on Sutton, they're getting on Sutton, Garcelle. Now, when Kyle brought Garcelle in it, I said, I pull on her too. And she says, oh, I'm delicate. Don't pull on me like that. So she knows that I'm just playing. Garcelle said nothing to defend Sutton. So if people feel like Sutton should speak up, then they've got to feel like also that Garcelle should have spoke up and said something, since she was actually pulled into it with an example by Kyle, and she said nothing. So to me, that shows that they both kind of had a agreement that we're going to let each other speak for ourselves. We're not going to, since they pretend like we got to fight for each other and she's a liability and I fight for you, I think they had a off-camera agreement of, we're going to just stay out of each other's stuff and let each other handle it. What do you think about that?
And that's what I feel too. I feel like they have an off-camera agreement. We'll just let each other handle our own shit. We just stay out of it.
Because they try to pretend like they can't handle their own shit sometimes. And
I know.
They made an agreement to where we're going to go in here and handle our own shit, no matter what.
Yes.
And we're not going to cry,
Yes, we're not going to cry. And we're going to stand up for ourselves. And if I have to take an extra testosterone shot, I will.
I think she did. I swear I do. And then we do go into the Kyle not believing Sutton's miscarriages, which made the scene extremely cringeworthy, adding with the physical handling, made it seem disgusting.
Yes, it did.
It made it completely disgusting.
Yes, it did.
And I'm glad that Kyle apologized, but I don't want her to do it though. Like, I don't know if I'm okay. Like, that was very aggressive. It's unsettling. I don't know. It just feels funny. Like, you just apologize and then we're supposed to just act like you ain't aggressive. Like, when might you do that again and to what extent?
Right.
And so what happens when you agree not to do that shit and then somebody do that shit? And then, oh my gosh, I would want, if I was another cast member on there, I would talk to Kyle myself, whether I was part of the Fox fake whoever the fuck, I would say, let's have some lunch. And I would talk to her and say, now, if you had, let me put you on notice. This is what we call putting someone on notice.
Right. Yes. We put them on notice. Yes.
I'd be like, let me let you know that if you were to ever touch me like that, the way that you handled and physically put yourself on attacked, right, aggressive attacked, Sutton, right. You ever do that to me, I am laying you out.
Right.
Don't you ever put your hands on me like that.
Don't you put your hands on me.
Oh gosh. Sutton tells Rinna she doesn't consider her a friend. How can I? Rinna says, okay.
Right.
And then Sutton demands an apology and Rinna obliges. What did you think about any thoughts on that? Well, I was happy that Sutton stood up for herself and said,
listen, I am loving Sutton standing up for herself. Take all the testosterone shots you need, girl. That's all I have to say.
You owe me an apology.
Keep standing up for yourself. You owe me an apology, bitch. Fuck you. I ain't having it.
Cut to Andy confronting Lisa about her social media, and we see we see we see Garcelle and Kyle laugh together at this, and I took that picture because that was funny to me.
Yeah.
And then Erica says, I'm sorry, I gotta laugh. Even she said she had to laugh. Soon after, they bring up race, and Garcelle explains the importance of considering someone's race when
Yes.
you are talking.
I love that. I love that. Yes, I love that. I love that. I love that.
Me too. Andy says that, a caller said, not a caller, a person says to put Renna on pause, and Renna says, put me on pause, put me on pause. I don't care.
Good. Put her on pause.
I would love to, but people won't.
I know.
And it's because of the reason why you voted her most entertaining. Anyway, Garcelle explains that what you say can be a microaggression. Then Crystal chimes in and says, that's what I was trying to say about Sutton.
Of course, because Crystal always has to chime in because she's constantly auditioning.
Then Crystal and Kyle go back and forth again, and Crystal tells Kyle, enough, enough. You have to stop. Kyle said, you have to tell the truth. Crystal refers to her experience with Sutton to Kyle's experience with Garcelle. Kyle says, but that experience was clean. I saw what I did. I did wrong. After she explained it, and I apologized. That's it. Then Crystal said, you only said you understood because you don't want to get in trouble. That's why. Now, I was confused as to Crystal.
She was saying that Kyle was just agreeing with Garcelle that what she did was wrong because she doesn't want to get into trouble with the viewers, and the viewers,
the black viewers, the black content creators.
The black content creators on the dark web, yes.
Because I was like, get in trouble? Y'all are grown-ass women. What the fuck do you mean get in trouble? With who? What you talking about? Now, do you believe that she only accepted it because she didn't want to get in trouble?
No.
Okay, me too. Like, I believe that
No, Kyle, I believe she understood. Yeah,
And the thing about it is, a part of me believing that she understood is because Garcelle seemed to be cool with Kyle.
Exactly.
If she was like that, I guarantee Garcelle would not be cool with her.
Exactly. No, Crystal's, please. Crystal's still auditioning.
Yes. Then they break, and Garcelle says, I'm drinking something. I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, girl. And then cut to Kathy showing up and showing off her tequila. That shit was funny. So that is the end of it. That's how they break to where we see Crystal go over to, well, they break and tell them that, Kathy is coming up. And then Kyle asks, where is she sitting? And he was like, right there. He's like, next to me. Yeah, that's your sister, Beach.
Exactly. That's your sister, Beach. And then you see Lisa, and then you see Renna giving herself a pep talk. All I have to do is just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Like she's reminding herself, just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Everything will be fine if I tell the truth. If I tell the truth.
That was so irritating. And she situated herself right in front of a camera and did all of that.
Of course.
She does need a soap opera exorcism.
She does.
But thank you.
And hopefully Kathy will give it to her next week.
Girl, I cannot wait. I'm so giddy. I'm so giddy. It looks like
be here with you next week. I'll be here with you next week to wrap it up.
Yes, because we have to see Kathy give her the BITness. Okay.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All right. So, again, thank you, Mary from Kiki and Kibbitz. Go over there, you guys. Kiki.
Why am I waving? Why am I waving? You can't see me.
You're waving at me.
What dumbass is waving? Yes.
Do you have
Kiki and Kibbitz.
anything special coming up or anything they should look out for? Or like, what does Kiki and Kibbitz do? What do you guys have over on your channel?
I have on Sunday nights at 9 Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, our Love During Lockup, because Love During Lockup is starting now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we have our Love
Yeah.
During Lockup
Are
recap.
there returners?
Ty,
Oh,
the one with multiple inmates. She's the returning one, and the rest is all new cast. But you never know who's going to be in the comments. You never know who's going to be with us on screen. So that's a
yeah.
good one. And then on Mondays, I upload my 90 days and 900 seconds, which is the 90 Day Fiance.
And you know what, Mary? You crack me up when you go over your 900 seconds. I can already tell when you're gonna go over to. I'll be listening to you. I'm like, this bitch, she
It's
is
about to
not.
go over. She's going
Yeah,
over.
it's not even close to what. Like you, when you be saving the best for last. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be more than 900 seconds. But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, so I have my 90 by 900 seconds that I try to upload on Mondays. And then I usually do 2 like gossip type.
Oy vey, right?
Yeah, I do Oy Vey for 90 Day Fiance, and I do Word on the Street for Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. And those I upload during the week.
All right, you guys. So be sure to go right on over there to Kiki and Kibbitz, okay? And watch my homegirls Mary and Brianna break down, you know, everything that she just listed. All right, it's very interesting and funny. Okay, and they do a lot of interviews. All right, they are like the love after lockup interview queens. Okay, you heard it here first. I'm naming them the love after lockup interview queens. All right, and they also do 90 day and everything that she just listed. Okay, so go over there, check them out. Be sure to click like and subscribe, but click like and subscribe on this video first. Okay. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your time. All right, and I am looking forward to the next final part of the reunion when Kathy comes out, because I really feel like Kathy is going to what? Give Renna the B.I.itness, okay? So be sure to come back for that. In the meantime, ring my bell so that you're notified whenever I post. And also, drop down in the comments how you feel and what you would like for me to review next, okay? I have a couple of things I'm thinking about. Not for sure yet, but even if it has already started, you guys already know. I'll create a cheat sheet and catch my ass right on up. Okay. All right. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.